G'day everyone, hopefully you've had a good week. I'm looking forward to the Easter weekend. I'm just on the way out to the farm at the moment, just heading out to catch up with my son and help him do a few jobs, and if it remains fine and a bit of wind picks up, we've just got a couple of more stubbles to burn, so that should fill the day in for me. It's been another interesting week, hasn't it, with everything going on globally and locally. We're really seeing the impact of cost increases coming through now through the supply chains, starting to impact the bottom lines of businesses, and just really working with clients to help them understand their cost structures, how they can, what their margins are, how they can actually increase prices, whether they can put a levy on, a fuel levy for example, just to make sure that they don't get down the track and all of a sudden a lot of their profits being wiped out. So it's really important to have that understand your margins, understand your break-even points, and understand just how much, cost pressure that you can absorb before it's too late. So been doing a lot of work in that area this week. The current crisis has really exposed the bigger issue in Australia, hasn't it? I think we've all got a very important choice to make. As a country, if we continue down the path we're currently on with focusing on fixing climate change, we're going to do a lot of damage to our country, we're really in a position where we should be able to absorb these global shocks and become a lot more self-sufficient. So I'm just hoping that we're going to go through a fair bit of pain now, but come out the other side, and hopefully there's going to be a lot of change implemented around our energy policies, because I think whilst what's happening over in the Middle East is not great, and it is having a severe impact on us, we could see other types of issues globally that impact us as well. So we've got to become more self-sufficient so that we can absorb these shocks. Now this week's articles, we're focusing on tax planning, so a lot of that going on at the moment. We've broken the articles into three parts just to look at it from a structured perspective. Part one is really setting the foundation for effective tax planning. This is about getting the basics right early, understanding your numbers, your cash position, and what levers you actually have available before 30th of June. The second article, part two, choosing the right structure, making sure that you're operational and holding assets in the most tax effective way, which is very important. This ties in directly with flexibility, risk management, and long-term tax outcomes. And part three is getting trust distributions right before 30th of June. Very important. Tax officer right onto these types of issues or administrative requirements now, so it's very important to have them in place. These decisions can have significant tax consequences if not handled correctly. These topics also tie into the broader discussion around tax reform, with the federal budget on the 12th of May expected to bring potential changes to tax reform. So watch out for that as we get closer to the budget. The ATO also announced this week that they're being a bit more lenient on paying tax debts, and in some situations there may also be the opportunity to have interest remitted as well. So similar to the COVID time where the tax office did really back off a little bit. So they have announced that, so we'll wait and see how that actually plays out. Look, if there's anything that's you want to chat further about that we've discussed today, feel free to get in touch with us. Have a great weekend, and we'll do it all again next week. Thank you.